Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be doing another solo 160, and we're doing a Ride the Lightning, and I'm also doing the same voiceover strat that I was doing in my other video where I did my category 4 Atlas defense. You guys seem to really like that new style of content that I was trying out, and yeah, so we're going to try it out again here, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Um, yeah, so this mission was honestly kind of a toughie. There was a lot of parts here that just felt so unnecessarily stressful. I like just finished playing it and recording this like right after. Um, and I was considering not even uploading this mission or this recording. I was just probably gonna do like another one and record that one instead and upload that one because make sure it goes nice and smooth. But I think it's important to actually showcase stuff that I can do better and mistakes to watch out for. Um, because yeah, there were a couple mistakes or that I was doing here that I think would be nice to show you guys. Because I'm not a perfect being or whatnot, right? So I make mistakes too, especially when I'm playing by myself, and I've already been up for quite some time, and I need some sleep. But I'm recording like the fourth video today because I was recording stuff on my alt account and leveling up that as well. um, so yeah. Anyways, that's enough about me. Let's go into the mission. Oh, also, if you want to support me, then code stockings, like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, etc. So yeah. So this is the loadout. We have base Kyle in the commander slot. He is exceptional for 160s and just anything really. Just having that much building health increase is ridiculous, and I personally think he's the best constructor in the game, and in the commander slot for this situation at least. I know other commanders like Ice King and Power Base are like exceptionally strong as well for their own specific purposes, but for just like a generic, damage, defense, whatever, I think Base Kyle is awesome. So that's what we're running with. Um, so yeah, we have supercharged traps as well as our team perk. As always, it just makes so that our traps do more damage that are affected by the base by 8.5%. This is 8.5% for every constructor we have in our support squad. So because I have 5 constructors, we get the full 42.5% damage increase on our traps affected by base, which is just exceptional, especially in this power level where stuff just has so much health. Um, Mega base in the support to give us a bigger base, just nice to have from Mega Base Kyle. Power modulation from Power Base Nox gives them self repair in our structures that are affected by base as well, which is really good in this mission because it was an exploding death bomb mission, and this plus a perk on traps that I'll talk about later is so good for dealing with death bomb. It's so good. Yeah, so and then we also have Frozen Castle from Ice King, which just slows enemies that are standing on the floors affected by our base, which is just also nice to have. Base MD from Warden Kyle to keep us healthy throughout the mission. Bomb Suit from Bomb Squad Kyle to give us some armor. This translates to like 18% damage reduction throughout the entire mission, which is nice to have. My gadgets here, we have Supply Drop and Slow Field. Slow Field, exceptional trap, definitely always bring it. Good for the mini boss, good for crowds of enemies. Supply Drop just helps with resource management. I just like getting the consistent flow of resources throughout the mission. It's just kind of nice to have. Um, but like if you're like full tryharding, I highly recommend going to banner instead. And I actually wish I had the banner in this mission for reasons I'll get into later. Um, but yeah, like I have supply drop because I'm greedy. But if you want to go like full tryhard, then yeah, use the banner. It's really good. So, anyways, um, yeah. So these are the tunnels that I made. I should have probably recorded myself making the tunnels, but I didn't. So this is what we got. You can at least see them here. It's just a generic broadside spike and electric field tunnel with a tar pit at the tile that I'm standing on. It's like there's a ceiling zapper on this floor piece, and uh, as you can also tell that I'm getting attacked from the south, the east, and the north. So I had to do 3 tunnels, which you'll see later. So the reason why I have this tunnel here is because my floor spikes and my broadsides, they have the 6 perk where it heals attached building every 10 seconds. It's pretty much Power Base Nox's support perk, but on a on a trap schematic perk, So yeah, that's what I have on them, which is why I'm comfortable like actually using floor and wall pieces here, because I know that they're gonna be healthy throughout the mission because of their 6 perk, which is just really good like insurance to have. And because of Death Bomb, it explodes in like a 1 tile radius, so we're gonna be using ceiling traps that go above 1 tile, such as the ceiling electric field in this case. You can also use the ceiling drop trap as well, slash the tire trap. same name, or same thing, just different name. But I just chose the electric field here because why not? And yeah, so yeah, that's this tunnel, and I pretty much did the exact same tunnel on. Oh yeah, and also here you also notice I'm actually upgrading this stuff as well. I usually don't really upgrade the tunnels too much unless it's Death Bomb. This is like one of the only times where I actually upgrade these tunnels to like tier 3. I usually maybe go like a tier 2, especially on the walls, because smashers can get a bit weird or whatever. Or if it's like a exploder wave, I kind of like keeping my structures a bit healthy if stuff like that happens. But I'm actually tier 3ing here because I kind of figured that like um in Ride the Lightning, there's two waves that happen. There's the first 3 minute wave, and then there's the 4 minute wave after. So because of how the van was positioned, I kind of figured that these might be like my quote unquote permanent spawns for the mission, just because of like of how the terrain looked. So I felt comfortable tier 3 in these tunnels. As you can see, I also put like a bunch of like funnels and block offs or around here to try and funnel the husks towards my tunnels. And yeah, here I'm even showcasing the 6 perk right here on my floor spikes, and I showcase it on my broadside too and stuff. But we don't gotta see that. We can just look at the other tunnels. Um, so yeah, that was the south side. This tunnel here, and I did the exact same thing on this side too with the eastern side here. I put some, as you can see here, I put some structures here to funnel them into this tunnel and some stuff over there as well. Um, yeah, same thing here. There's also some wall darts behind me as well on the wall where the van is at, just to have some more damage. And over here we have, on the northern side here, we have the tire trap tunnel. This tunnel was pretty nice. I kind of messed with it heavily because, yeah, so as you can see here, I also tier 3'd everything because I pretty much accepted the fact that this specific tunnel was gonna get clobbered. Um, I'm gonna have my base positioned more towards where my broadside tunnels are at because that's also closer to the van compared to this tunnel. And so I make sure to tier 3 everything to make sure it's as sturdy as possible. And like I said, the floor spikes have the heals attach perk, so they should be kept relatively healthy throughout the mission. We have some wall launchers here to just fling them off to my left over there, so they have to just walk back up the ramps while getting hit by the tire traps. As well, tire traps best effective at 3 tiles high. This one here is kind of a bot placement. This should have been like 1 tile higher, but it's fine. Doesn't matter. Like 2 is still okay. Just never go 1. But it should have been 1 higher. And yeah, we have another wall launcher there to fling them backwards as well. And yeah, I put some support there as well. So yeah, that was the tunnels, and we're just gonna hop into the mission. And I got my weapons here: my double boiler, my vacuum tube bow, and my pot shots. Pot shot mainly for smashers. Same with double boiler. Just kind of nice to have these hard hitting weapons. As you can see here, we have a bunch of huskies already just spawning, which is never really a good sign. And we have a nurse. I believe I actually swapped out to my Santa's little helper at some point for my vacuum tube bow because I was just getting just a bunch of nurse waves and husky waves. And this is what I was talking about, where it's like this mission was so unnecessarily stressful because in this stage, for some reason, these husks just like kept attacking these like funnels, and I was just like, why? I was so bewildered by why this was happening. As you can see here, I'm like quickly placing more like structures there so I can actually like make them funnel and stop hitting the walls for no reason, but they were super stubborn. And you can see here as well, this ramp just immediately got destroyed. And the reason being, right, is I should have known this because this happens in every mission where on like a natural slope like this, what happens if you put a ramp? Because before, right, this actually was impossible. For the longest time, ever since the game came out, you weren't actually able to like put walls and ramps on these like natural slopes. But there was an update they did where now that was possible. You can actually build through terrain and stuff. So yeah, but because of that, it seems that whenever you place a ramp there in that spot, the Huskies and the Husk and the Smashers especially, they just love breaking that one ramp, and it's such a tilter because it's like, why is it programmed like that? Why can't they just walk up the ramp like a normal Husk or whatever? But yeah, that's my little mini rant. It's just so tilting. I don't know. It was really annoying. And then like over here as well, where I just had Husk just like why are they going there? Like why are they going there? And I had to take care of these guys because otherwise all the stuff was gonna get destroyed, and then it's gonna be bad news bears or whatever. There was even a husky in here. I'm like, how the fuck did you even get in here? That's what I was saying, like in the mission. But yeah, I was able to quickly take care of this, and then I heard smashers spawn as well. So that's also why I was trying to do that really fast because I know there were smashers coming, but I just had faith in my tunnels that they were able to like hold them off for a bit. And yeah, also wait, let me just rewind. This is the thing about Smashers too. Okay, I guess it's kind of like a semi-complaint video at this point because it's like tar pits. One of the main attributes of a tar pit is to just stop a Smasher charging in its tracks, and then shit like this happens where it's like, oh yeah, well actually, because he's moving way too fast, he's actually not gonna get stunned by the tars, and you're gonna take a casual 11,000 hit points of damage on your structure. So that's just great, I guess. That doesn't feel the best, but sure thing saved the world. I don't mind. It's okay. We shall prevail, or whatever. So yeah. But anyways, yeah. I'm also checking here, making sure that this part of the tunnel is nice and healthy, and repairing them. I put the slow field there too, just because it just felt optimal, or it just felt right too, just so I can worry about these tunnels again. As you can see here, they're just randomly hitting the stuff that I place here to make sure that they go into my trap tunnel, but they're just not. But yeah, Smasher came through, took a lot of damage from the traps, and we just finished it off with the double boiler. Really good shotgun, one of my favorite weapons in the game. But as you can see here, the floors and the walls are super healthy because of, even though they're getting hit constantly by these death bombs, they're still pretty healthy because of the perks that I have on my broadsides and my whatchamacallit, on my spikes. So yeah, just cleaning up some huskies over here that were annoying, and I think at this point I just ignore them because I know there were smashes here. So yeah, I just took care of the smasher, and there was just 10 seconds left, so I didn't really care what happened at this point. I just kind of just let the huskies do whatever they wanted to do. And yeah, that was wave 1. Definitely a bit more stressful than it should have been, but it's whatever. So yeah, so they're actually paused and I cut because so on wave 2, there's actually a chance that the waves can actually change for Ride the Lightning, and in this case they did. Back where the tired trap tunnel was, there's 2 spawns over there, so that one's okay. But there was a new spawn here that was more towards like the southeast, and they weren't really going in either east or south, so I had to build like a whole new tunnel here really quick. So that's what I kind of did here. It's like an L-shaped tunnel right there with spikes, broadsides, wall launchers, tar pits, and some wall dynamos as well. And then above me, some ceiling electric fields as well for the extra damage and protection from the death bomb. Pretty nice tunnel. It worked really nice throughout the entire mission. Was really proud of it. And then, oh yeah, over here, same thing. As you can see, the spawn over there. I replaced the ramp, which was probably a stupid mistake for reasons I'll get into later. And yeah, so spoiler: this wave is where stuff gets a bit serious, and I kind of get embarrassed even showing this, but it's okay because there's nothing wrong with showing mistakes. I am a human being. So yeah, start of this. So the main thing that I also look out for, especially on wave 2, is flinger roars, because flingers tend to usually spawn a lot on the second wave of Ride the Lightning, at least in my experience. But in this case, it was just pretty much more or less the same wave as before, where it was just like a bunch of nurses, huskies, and just regular husks, and probably some smashers sprinkled in. That'll spawn later, and yeah, right there is smasher spawn, so make sure to take care of that guy. Got some good crits there, admittedly. I was getting pretty lucky with my crits, and yeah, here I swapped to my Santa's little helper because there was just way too many fucking nurses. I had to just take care of them like quickly because otherwise we would get nowhere. So yeah, there's another smasher there. Took care of the nurse there, took care of the smasher as well, like so. Was checking out this one, and see, this is also one thing that's really cool about tire traps is because of how much crowd control and CC that they do, and how much they knock back the husk. It actually clogs up the spawns of the husks from spawning elsewhere. So as you can see here, like look how many husks there are over here to my left. There's so many husks here. All right, so once I finish killing the smasher over here, I skedaddle back over here to the other tunnel that I have set up, And there's like one husk in the entire tunnel, and there's like two more over here that like just spawned that are walking that are about to walk through it. So that's one cool thing about like crowd control traps, is the fact that you can actually like take advantage of that by just letting them stay alive and like don't kill them, so that you can just take advantage of the fact that less husks are just going to be spawning, and eventually, you know, reach the limit of husks that can actually spawn in a defense. So yeah, that's, you know, even though we are doing kind of like a damage build, and we're not using like a stall build, it's still some good, you know, mechanics to learn about, which is why I'm not really going crazy killing the husk here. I'm letting the tunnel do its work. And yeah, same thing here. Let's see the smasher just slammed onto the ramp here. This ramp is gone. I mean, I repaired it, and so this is the part where stuff gets a bit serious. So as you can see here, the mini boss spawn. The mini boss tends to spawn around like 250, 245-ish in these types of missions, whether it's like an Atlas mission or Ride the Lightning and stuff like that. And as you can see here, the thing that I always say that's important to know is the modifiers on the mini boss. And this is probably the worst modifier that I could have gotten in this specific situation, is damage pulse. What damage pulse is that the mini boss does obscene amount of damage to players and structures all around it. So, and you know, this just happened to be, you know, the one area where I don't have my base placed. And honestly, I should have had my base placed here, because this is where most of the husks were coming from. There was two different spawns. The trap tunnel over there was doing great on its own, even without the base, so I probably could have moved it. But I put the slow fuel down, because obviously I'm going to put the slow fuel down when I see the mini boss. But I did that before I saw its modifier damage pulse. And what happens is that the mini boss, and I even whiffed my bull rush here, which was disgusting. I even did like a little stand of shame there. But I whiffed my bull rush on the mini boss, and what ended up happening was, because he's in the slow field, he keeps ticking away at all the structures in there, as you can see. And just like that, he killed the entire walls I had here for support, and he got rid of the floors as well. And then he eventually breaks the wall there that I have as well for my wall launcher. And as you can see, I'm like kind of confused. I'm like, oh shit, I really messed up, didn't I? And then what ends up happening is, yeah, and then eventually what happens there is that the entire wall collapses. Now also, he's corrosive, and this is actually something that I need more testing on, is the corrosive one. Is the corrosive modifier, because I don't know if corrosive means that it corrodes everything around it, because at this point that's kind of what it felt like. It kind of felt like damage pulse and corrosive just destroyed my entire fucking tunnel, and I'm just like, oh, okay, you know. And I just used my slow field as well, so now I'm panicking. Now I'm in panic mode. Now I'm like, oh great. And you probably guys are also wondering, why aren't you just killing the mini boss? And you know, that's a good question. At this point, I pretty much could have just gotten my black drum as well and just start hammering into the mini boss. Because normally, like by yourself, it takes a while to kill the mini boss by yourself, you know, especially when you're trying to worry about the other stuff happening throughout the mission. But at this point, there really wasn't smashers, there was no flingers, no sploder waves either. I could have just gotten my black drum and just killed the mini boss at this point. But it also really sucks, because then what happens here is the fact that I'm trying to rebuild my tunnels, of course, but there's Death Bomb, and there's like Husky after Husky after Husky after Husky, and they just keep spawning these Death Bombs, and I have these shitty tier 1 buildings that are getting destroyed, and I'm just wasting resources, and then this asshole shows up again and just destroys more stuff with the damage pulse. And you know, once again, this is another thing too, where it's like I should have put more support, and I should have moved my base. So this is a prime example. I'm uploading this video as an example of what not to do. Don't do what I did here. You should definitely be moving your base to areas where the structures are under the most stress. I was playing like a bot, and I kept my base in one place. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I should have definitely moved the base here, and I should have seen the modifiers of the mini boss too before placing my slow field. And yeah, this is just how it goes. For like the next minute, I'm just over here spamming like my Santa's Little Helper on these nurses and huskies that are coming through, so that I can have some sort of defense. You know, thankfully, explosive weapons are really good in this game, so you know I'm taking advantage of that. taking advantage of that literally right here. I have to watch my health as well. I had to retreat back to my little forest here so that I can actually get healed because the death bomb was doing a number on me. But as you can see here, I'm like trying my hardest uh, to actually, do some damage control. I'm putting wall launchers, some floor spikes. The mini boss actually ends up breaking the wall as well, and yeah, it seems like it is getting corroded as well. I just saw the little down arrows, so it seems like the mini boss with corrosive and damage pulse is like the most disgusting modifier that I didn't even know was even possible. So I happen to just roll the worst thing ever. But yeah, so now smashes are coming, but thankfully my slow field came back up right there, and then it's gonna be there for the remainder of the entire mission, and yeah, my defenders were up there too. I was able to put some traps down, and yeah, just like I expected, the tunnel over here was going great. Um, didn't really have to care about it too hard. I put, it's just a little bit of tunnels, a little bit of traps here to make sure that everything is a-okay. I didn't even bother upgrading the walls there because, it's just 10 seconds left of the mission. And, yeah, that was the defense. It was really stressful. The modifiers were really hard. I made a lot of mistakes there, but, yeah, I was able to do this mission in like 15 minutes as well. Definitely a lot faster than my Atlas defense. The Atlases just take a lot more time to make and stuff. But yeah, that was the mission, guys. I hope you learned a lot because I definitely did from watching my own gameplay back. But I hope you guys learned a lot. And yeah, if you want to support me, then use my code Stockings. I make Save the World contents, and join my Discord server if you want to as well. There's an invite link in the description. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, that's all. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one, and bye-bye.